Oh dear. Oh, that is not what I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh dear. Grab my headphones. Actually, I can probably leave them here because I gotta come back to get my gym outfit. Gym will be the last stop for the night. Hey, Zach, if you can hear me, I'll be back, okay? Mm-hmm. Did you hear me? Love you. All right. What a day, what a week, and what a life it is. Whoever gave me that like, I appreciate y'all. No, I got everything, I think. Yeah, give me a comment if you want, or if you don't have to, but it's up to you, brother or sister, if you want to say anything. But yeah, what a life it is. I tell you, I've been poor, I've been lower middle class, I've been to 7 countries. Moto Van, what's up, man? I have not been in your stream in a while. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, we don't gotta talk about that stuff right now. That's just something, honestly. I mean, we probably could again in the future, but like, as for now, when it comes to that stuff, I'm trying to keep that more private. I probably shouldn't have stepped on that. I should show you first how gorgeous this is. Then I can step on it. Yeah. Before I ruin it. I love it. Don't stress it. I appreciate that. Yeah. Sometimes when there's an issue that just isn't being resolved of that magnitude, it's sometimes best to just keep it on the down low, as they say. By the way, I love this view. I love that view. I love it. And I love the effect on the camera too, but yeah. Gotta get back to the gym tonight too, because I've been out of the gym for like 2 weeks due to like personal reasons. Some very serious stuff, but definitely personal. And I gotta get back because I can already tell that my breathing is getting out of whack again. I realistically want to go back to the goal of I think I was aiming towards 5 to 7 days a week, and I think that's a realistic goal. And yes, sir. But yeah, like I've had an interesting life for sure. And actually, you can't see anything now. Let me turn that around. An interesting life for sure. Oh, 100%. It was 2 weeks at least, man. It wasn't like 2 years or anything this time. And it'll be a little bit rough. Oh, the treadmill because of my bad back. I have a hard time doing much else. And when I'm able to get into a position, which is very difficult for me with my back, when I'm able to get in that position, say like in the first thing in the morning, my back is in bed. Because I can like roll out of my bed. I used to do push-up beats. And now if I get like 30 and I'm good, compared to nothing. But again, yeah, like you said, you got to start somewhere. So if I want to get back to that like 300 push-ups a day goal, I got to start somewhere. But man, and of course when it comes to like women, like I remember my ex, like the top girl, man, dude, she loved that, dude. Like she loved that I was able to pick her up like she was nothing, and she had a few extra pounds on her. I want to get back to that. Like upper body strength and my lungs and my like those are some things that I really want to focus on. And the upper body strength, that's that kind of goes hand in hand with everything else in the body. It's very important. Oh no, you went by. Well, bye-bye, Moto fan. Bye-bye. Anybody else out and about? Just strolling through. I can turn around for a minute. I'm on a red light. My red light gets really goofy powers. I can turn around for a minute. A lot of Jews around here still call it Payos. That's the Ashkenazi term. A lot of Ashkenazim around here. But quite frankly, light's still red. Quite frankly, I respect, all the Jewish traditions. Ethiopian, Igbo, the Lemba, Taifung, Karaite, Rabbinical, Messianic, Yemenite, Babylonian, aka Iranian. They're spread to the four corners of the earth. Reformists. I think I would associate the Reformists, if anyone, with more so with the American Jews. A lot of American Jews are reformists. Although Chabad is getting a pretty heavily implemented here, man. Chabad is getting huge. If you don't know, Chabad is like a subgroup within a subgroup within Hasidic Judaism. And if you wonder what is Hasidic Judaism, it was a movement started by the Baal Shem Tov, who got a big following, it seems, because a lot of the people, well, one of the things was basically showing this universal ability to connect with the Almighty, which not all Jews felt that they could. The Baal Shem Tov comes along, and it's like, oh yeah, even women, even the poor, yeah, y'all can have communion with God. And a lot of people found that, of course, if you look at like Christianity and Messianic Judaism, that's already inherent. But when it comes to like, more traditional forms of Judaism, it's not always obvious. And so his message was very, very appealing in Europe at that time period, because he was surrounded by impoverished Jews. I think he might have been himself, and he got this big following. And of course there was a medieval forgery called the Zohar. Well, whether or not it's a forgery is up for debate, somewhat. But a lot of Hasidic Jews accept the Zohar as being valid. I mean, they accept the Talmuds, and of course they accept the Tanakh. And there's another group of writings that's very long. I think it's similar to the Talmud, but I think it's like with different spiritual teachers looking at it, and that's like a lot of Hasidic Jews use that text. I think it's, what is it called? I know on like Chabad.org they have it mentioned, but like there's like another text. The Zohar and this other text are like largely textually what makes, I think, a lot of Hasidic Jews a little bit more unique in many respects. But of course, simply following the traditions of the Baal Shem Tov, that alone, it's huge. Oh, look, there's the adult bookstore. Y'all want to go in there? Yeah, they would probably not let me record in here. In fact, YouTube would probably have something to say about that. You're blocked. And you know what? I've had like a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old, in the chat. I've had a lot of young people in the chat. That's what I'm saying. What I'm getting at. I think that's changing. I think, unfortunately, a lot of adults are finally figuring out how to do this. But not that I hate them. I mean, I accept everybody, whatever your age is. You guys are all welcome here. It's a safe space. But at the end of the one girl, she really needed a safe space. Bless her heart. I hope to hear from her because I want to know that she's all right with her mental disorders. I hope the worst didn't happen. Oh, I shouldn't have turned there. So I hope she reaches out to me just so I know she's okay, but we'll see about that. But, yeah. Me and her talk so much. This silly goose would sometimes dominate the chat, too. And it's like, sweetheart, other people want to talk to. But at the same time, it's like, she had gone through some trauma, and, I think, it probably was best that I gave her top priority in those moments. And that's the thing, when it comes to caring for those who are more vulnerable than you, or at least in that moment, not necessarily overall, it's a mission, man. It's a mission. Like she was, and I hope still is, a sweetheart. And the fact that she hasn't been in my live stream in a while is hopefully indicative that she's moved on with her life in a positive way. If she ended up in prison or something, I mean, I hope not. But you know what, though? Those little moments of kindness that we have for other people, people remember that. People remember the person who was kind to me. People don't always remember the person who was mean to me. Sometimes they do. But we definitely remember the people who are kind to us. Even if we never meet that person again, we remember that. We take that with us. That's a special, that's a safe space within our own hearts, A lot of people don't like that term, safe space. I get it. It's a term that's been used and abused. I get it. And I get that we don't want our kids growing up too soft. I also get that, trust me, I get that we don't want our kids being too soft. I'm not going to deny that. But the fact that every child, especially if they're growing up in a harsh home environment, that every child and every adolescent and even every adult should have some space, even if it's just for once a week or for like a half an hour a day, just some place where we can go to feel safe. You know what I mean? That, I think, should be considered a basic human right. And I know the term safe space has been abused, but the idea of having somewhere or someone that we all can go to, whether it's half an hour a day or one day a week or one day a month, but to have that spot, I think, should be a human right. Whether it's a spot in our hearts or a spot in the physical realm, we all need that. And some people, I had a rough time growing up too, and it wasn't necessarily my mom's or my dad's fault. But when it comes to that stuff, man, it's just so, trust me, I get it, man. I get it. Now, should we be toughing up our kids, making sure they're tough and strong? Sure. Within a controlled environment, right? If you have a military dad that's like, hey, I'm going to beat you to a pulp if you don't punch that bully back. That's a controlled environment, relatively speaking, at least. Because at the end of the day, there is stability and there is authority at play. Whether you agree with that parenting style or not is not really the point. The point is that's a much more secure and safe environment than, say, some kid just coming home to an alcoholic father that just beats them for no reason and then goes out and gets bullied afterwards. That, like, it's night and day, right? So, like, if you have an over authoritarian parent, you think they're over authoritarian, but you come home and they're like, hey, I saw that you didn't do this or that, so I'm gonna get the paddle out, or I'm gonna smack you, or I'm gonna punch you in the jaw, whatever the case may be. At least you know what the you understand what the standards are, what the expectations are. And when a child has that level of, or an adolescent, or even an adult has that level of structure, that is so much more important, because structuring the chaos is so much better than just pure chaos, right? So it's just a thought. Like, so a lot of people think that some parents are too strict. Some people think that some parents are too loose. My concern isn't so much on the parenting style itself overall. My concern is there consistency? Is there structure? Of course, there are certain things that you don't do in the public schools. There are certain things that you don't do in, certain countries, etc. when it comes to child rearing and adolescent rearing, sure. But structure and consistency are some of the hallmarks, I think, of all good child rearing practices, and even a bad child rearing practice, I think, can be benefited by it. Let me see what my battery's at. Oh dear, 19%. Yeah. No, I'm not getting any viewers at the moment, but you know what? I'll leave it on for a minute and see how it goes. If you guys want to subscribe, if you guys come in when I'm gone and want to subscribe, man. I guess there's no likes since I was gone. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Oh, I got a viewer back. I was like, I'm just about to restart the stream for a second there because nobody was coming in. Sometimes that helps the algorithm. At least it was when I just started streaming again. But like, I don't know, like 3 months ago. Yeah, if you streamed for too long, like if you streamed like right away, you might get like 28, 40 viewers. But then like within an hour or 2 or 3, your viewer base would just go the fudge away. The flapjack the way. I gotta message my buddy though. He's not doing too well. I just saw him in there. His eyes, he's got the cataracts and everything. But like his wife passed away and he lost it. I mean, he was like, you know, he looked like a normal guy. And in terms of like wealth and everything, his wife died, his child died. He went to alcoholism. And I don't blame him. I'm not agreeing with him taking that path, but at the same time, in fact, I'm about to go see if he's still there. I might offer him a ride. I'm gonna see if he left yet. I'm gonna ask him. Well, yeah, it'd be weird if I go on now. I'll have to remember next time. But, I'll tell you what, guys. I actually will end the stream for a second. I'll be back. I gotta call somebody important.